Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a live episode of Coach Connect, who of the hour, new format, new time slot, and a new opportunity to meet fellow coaches from the Global Institute of Coaches and Entrepreneurs. I am Master Coach. I am the global partner of the institute. Our institute is based in Dallas, Texas, USA, and we do certification classes, face to face and now virtual. And our guest for tonight, our who of the hour, coach of the night, is no other than Coach Shaun Hoya, a man from Pasig City. He is from batch 4. Right now, we are already on batch 42. We completed batch 42, and batch 43 of our certification class is up next on August 22 and 29. Now, Coach Connect is our initiative to get in touch with our life coaches, with our change agents. There are 280 of them right now, and we do Coach Connect to check on what's their conditions, what's happening in their life, how are they doing right now, how is life coaching helping them out, and what's the opportunity that they're looking out, especially in the profession, in whatever they're doing right now. And of course, during this time that the pandemic is greatly affecting a lot of people, it is beautiful opportunity for us, for the coaches to come out live and for you to see them on screen and to hear their story. And tonight, it's a beautiful picture for you to meet a man who's going to be talking to you about transition. Okay? So when you talk about transitions, you talk about relationship, you talk about corporate, you talk about professional, and this man will talk to you about all that transitions. Okay? Personal transitions, corporate transitions, her professional journey, transitions in marriage and relationship, having a wife and a daughter who got challenges mentally, and all of these things coming to form for this man who is now a full-time coach. He's been certified over 2 years ago. He's been now a full-time coach. This is what he's doing. He's so focused into it. And I'm sure that tonight you can connect with this man who started out as what he would call driving for the wife, as you know, a very beautiful wife. He drove his wife to the Decaf Coffee Republic. By the time he is the director, okay, from Teleperformance, and he's been in the BPO industry for 14 years. So he'll talk more about his journey. So before we crack it, just know for tonight, it's gonna be a different format because there's not going to have any presentation materials. So this man is coming to you raw. Man is coming to you with all the vulnerability. We've got no script. We will just flow. Okay. So tag your friend, share this. If you have some people who's going through transition, thinking of transition, this is, I believe, one episode that you don't want to miss. Another thing that you want to watch out for tonight is that we're gonna be putting Coach Shaun Hoya on the hot seat, and we're going to do this first time, okay, live, okay, business coaching 15 minutes. It's gonna be raw, it's gonna be real, okay, and we're gonna do exactly the coaching conversations, the coaching format that we do during our regular business coaching. So let me introduce, let me call on screen. It's time right now for Coach Shaun Hoya to give his welcome message to everyone. Coach Shaun?
Yun. Thank you, Master Coach A, and welcome. Thank you for everyone who's watching from Life Coach Philippines. I appreciate everyone watching. As what Master Coach has shared, do share this video if you want to hear more about the transitions of my life and what I've had done for the last 2 years. So, briefly introducing myself, I'm Coach Shaun.
Yeah.
I'm a professional certified life coach certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs from Dallas, Texas. And I'm a self leadership coach. I help people create stability, clarity, consistency, and influence in their professional and personal lives so that can create the lifestyle that of their choice. And what Master Coach A have said, I've been in corporate for 14 years, mostly in the BPO industry. I jumped into life coaching last year to do it full time. I've been married for 17 years, so you'll listen to my journey as well in my marriage. And I have a two kids who's age 18 and 14. One has a mental condition, and my wife also is also a certified life coach. So who's also one. So I'm living with two family members who have mental conditions who I support along the journey. So that's it.
All right. So, congratulations, Coach Shaun, for the brief introductions. And thank you for being bold enough to say, I live with two family members with mental challenges. Okay. One is diagnosed, the daughter is diagnosed, the woman, the mother is not diagnosed. By
Yes.
the way, they are the first couple, coach, and they got certified both on the same class. And actually, that was the journey when they both discovered what are these things that we talk about mental challenges. Okay. So let me just, again, for the record, the wife is not diagnosed. Coach Teen is not diagnosed medically, but the daughter is clinically diagnosed. And so just so we paint the picture of where Coach Shaun is coming from. So, Coach Shaun, drum roll. Let's get started. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
You're ready. Let's do this. Okay, for those of you watching right now, I want you to like give Coach Shaun a drum roll, an emoji, a big smile in there. You know, just give him really the support. Okay, so it's very brave to do this, very live, very low. For a man who's very structured, a man always plan. Okay, so for all you know, Coach Shaun is one of the change agents, one of my core team, one member of my core team, who would always prepare. Okay, so he's one of the members of the core team that would always come in prepared with cue cards, with notes, and he needed to understand everything before he will say yes. He need to figure it
True.
out, and to echo, he would always say, Coach, saglit lang, hinahabol pa ng utak ko. That's his favorite response to me. And oftentimes, we will have to pause because until this man get it and sync it with this, mental faculty and all of these things, he won't say yes. Or if he
Yeah.
will say yes, he will still do, prepare, and flow it according to him. Okay? Some people will tell him, masungit siya. Okay? Stricto siya. Okay? Some people will also say, uh, 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 because you just imagine he's a director. Okay, he resigned the corporate world. He is from Teleperformance and he's been a director. So you just imagine a director and you're just trying to unarm him with all his strategies, with all his stiffness, with all his cue cards, structured and all. So tonight is something that you are all for a treat. I think Coach Shaun shared this and he said, get your popcorn. Okay, so get your popcorn, get your coffee, because this is one conversations that you will really enjoy. So, Coach Shaun, let's get started.
All
What
right.
was the biggest thing that brought you to let go of your dream? Because you have everything prepared and set up for your life, right? So when we did the caption for this, remember a man who got a dream and everything, and you've got a big dream. What was that big dream you were planning and you were thinking? I remember also your story. Every 5 years you got promoted, and you know it will happen. Every
Every
three.
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every 3 years, he will get promoted and he will exactly land where he wants.
Mhm.
Okay? And this man got a dream. And it was on time, right on time. What was the dream, Coach Shaun?
Ooh, there's a lot actually. We wanted to have a farm. We wanted to have a bar. This was before I got certified as a life
Yeah,
coach. We wanted to be in a space where we're able to help other people, yung supporting the community
yeah,
in the city, and that was my biggest dream. And one of the things that I wanted for myself as well is to be a motivational speaker. I think that's one of the
yeah.
biggest thing that
I think that's the biggest. And what you
yeah,
wanted to do?
I want to be certified as a John Maxwell, certified
Speaker.
certification in John Maxwell as speaker.
Yeah,
And that was my biggest goal. I think it was 3 years ago where I started to do journey on, okay, what do I want to do in life? I mean, I've been always meeting my goals in a corporate perspective about promotions and all, and I'm able to get that. I mean, I'm super blessed on getting that. But there comes a time when you come to think of, okay, is this really for me? Is this really what I wanted to do? Is what I wanted to progress? And I thought about, okay, since I'm doing some trainings inside the workplace, I'm doing some personal development as well, I saw the opportunity because I'm a fan of John Maxwell, by the way. So I saw him and I said,
I
okay,
am
why?
also.
Also, Master Coach A.
I am. I have a lot of books. I
So
am.
I was trying to think about what to do next, what to do next. So I thought about John Maxwell, have them certified. Then I've reached out to them and I contacted them. I asked them how much it
Mhm.
is and so on and so forth. Gave me all of the prices and it's so expensive. But I wasn't. I didn't have that feeling that I didn't have the money. I was like, okay, I'll make sure I'll do that. I'll calculate all of the things that I need to do on my finances, where I need to save, and so on and so forth, so that I go to the US and
Yeah.
I certify there, and that's it. So um, and that was the plan. I talked to my wife, Coach Tin, about it. We agreed on it,
Yeah.
and that was it. And sometime in 2 years ago, Coach Tin was looking for a career shift, and she was looking for something that would help her, find something that would give her the fulfillment that she wants. And she finally landed and looked for life coaching, and she found life coaching in Decap Copy Republic. Coach A was doing a talk there, and Coach Tin said, "Hey, can we go there? Can we attend one?" So I said, being a loving husband as I am, okay, sige, we'll go. We'll go there. We drove in there, we take a look at it, and so on. And we've experienced this talk from Coach A, and that's where that's where I think my all of the things that happened in my life started. Where I started to have a lot of realization. You see, when you watch or you attend Coach A's classes, because I'm the yabang bit of having a posture of know it all, and I went in there, and I usually come in prepared. So when there's a topic, I research, I investigate, and so on and so on. So I have an answer. But coming into that classes, most of the answers that I have, it's not really there. It's more of a deep realization in a coaching session where you're just able to see yourself. I can remember that fully when there are times when Coach A shares, educates us, and suddenly it just hits you. But you need to be tough because you're a director, you're in a position, so you need to be in posture, and you can't show the people around you that you're hit. But Coach A, being Coach A, she knows if a person is, hit by the conversation, and that for me um, really took the transformation on how I was living my life, how I was keeping a lot of emotions on my end, having this sense of I thought that the status and the position or the attitude, the behavior that I had would protect me in all of the things that's happening. But it goes on to realize that there's something in me that I know is missing, and I was blessed to be found in that place where I saw what I wanted and I saw what I needed. And it's funny because when everything was planned out already, um, and Coach Tien made a decision that she wants to be certified. This was for batch 4, sometime in May 20. Is it
It's her
2018?
birthday.
Yeah, it's May. So I asked her. I I went to when I needed to clarify if I really want to move forward with John Maxwell. I needed to discern it. I talked to one of our EBPs, Ritesh Batia, if he's watching. Hello, sir.
Hello?
He was. I talked to him, and because he's a certified John Maxwell speaker, and I talked to him and I asked him, is it a good investment for me to get certified in John Maxwell? And actually, gave me a very straight answer without no BS. He just told me, if you're in a stage of your life where it's the latter part of your life where you don't have a lot of things that you want to do, go ahead. Go ahead because you're gonna get a lot of wisdom there from John Maxwell. But in your age right now, better find something else. And I took that I took that as something that I appreciate, because he really saw something that I cannot explain, and he directed me to something that would really bring the value at the moment what I need. So I told myself, okay, certification is is it a few weeks? I think months. When we made a decision, um, and here's the crazy part, because I didn't have any extra money at that time. Only Coach Tin has the
Yeah.
money for certification, and I said, okay, let me see. I'll pray. I'll pray to God and see if He would give me the provision to give me the money for the payment for the certification, which is $999. And
Yeah.
there was a car that I was selling for a long time. It wasn't being sold for some unknown reason. I don't know why. And after a week or two, I think it's 3 week, it got sold. So
Yeah.
okay, okay. I think
Divine
this
provision.
divine provision. And I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So this is where you want me to be. So okay. So I commit. When I say something, I'll do. I will do." So I paid for it, and we went to the certification, only to find out that I thought I was normal, only to find out that I'm not. I'm not normal. I'm not normal, and my wife is not normal. And that one took a bit of hit in me, only to figure out na, kaya pala ganyan ka. That's why you act that way. I cannot understand. And that gave me a different perspective of what mental uh, what the mental condition is and what's happening in our world. Because after that, that's also the time that we've understand that our daughter also has a depression. And
Yeah.
it was just a point in time where you just gonna need to suck everything up, because you're the dad, you're the guy in the house, and you need to be strong, and you need to be able to
Yeah.
carry everyone. And having that realization that your wife is also that, who's also having these episodes of
Yeah.
ending everything. It was just a crazy journey for me. And I'm sorry if I'm being emotional. It was just a crazy journey where you needed to be in a position where you have to stand up, because if you don't stand up, two of them will get lost. And I needed to be in that state. I needed to be in a state where I know what to do. I need to know what to do, because as Master Coach A has said, I have this brain that everything needs to be organized. I've worked in a BPO industry where my role is plan forecasting, planning, scheduling, and implementation. So if you see that, that's everything in my head there, in what I need to do. And coming from that
Yeah.
space where you cannot put structure in it, you need to figure out how you're gonna take care of them. Uh, that's where all of the things that's happened in my life, where my relationship transitioned, my relationship with my wife, the relationship with my kids transitioned, the relationship with myself transitioned, because I needed to know myself, because realizing that I have some opportunities as well on what I needed to do. And it's just a handful of roller coaster rides, and then there's a lot of tears and fears in the journey. But I was blessed. I was blessed by that time where Coach A was there. Coach A was supporting. There's also a community inside Decap Copy Republic who's always there supporting me, even if I have this so serious attitude, so serious face, where people are scared of me. I thought I was nice. I thought I was nice, but I wasn't. And um, it took a lot of just different transitions here and there, where you tend to realize how life is, how how
Yeah.
how
Good.
I focus too much on work and my career, and the lifestyle that I think I wanted to give my family, only to figure out that I and this is just me, huh? I felt that I wasted most of my time focusing too much on achieving this what society dictates, only to find out that it wasn't really what I wanted to do. My heart is not saying that, and it it dawned on me what I needed to do. I think it was 5 years, 6 years ago where I started journeying on ito ba talaga yung gusto ko or do I want to do something else? And then I moved to different companies. I also tried to have another team and see what works, what happens. Maybe that will work. Getting promoted again would probably fill that hole or that space in me, only to find out that it's still there. It's still there, and you can't explain it. I mean,
Yeah.
for someone who's in my role, I can't tell anyone or any people just saying that, hey, it's lonely. It's kind of lonely here. Even if it's successful, you have friends, you have different people talking, you're able to talk, but still a lonely feeling. I cannot say that because people would just say, "Boss, you have a beautiful career. You're earning
Yeah.
money. You have this house. You have this car. You're able to travel and so on and so forth." And I step back and think about, is that really what I wanted? And as
That's
I
right.
journey towards seeing the value of life coaching and how it changed myself, um, my relationship with my wife, also my wife changing and my kids. Um, I, s- I waited for 9 months for me to reach out to Coach A to get a coaching session with her because I needed to prepare and but I know I needed it. I know I needed it, but that really took some time for me
Yeah.
to lower my guard and my pride, my ego, my arrogance, and my self entitlement, removing that there because I needed to be in a space where I'm ready for the coaching. But you're never ready for the coaching. That's that's the more surprising. You're never ready. You're gonna come in there, and it's just gonna be a life changing experience where you thought that you have this expectation, but when you went there, it's like a breath of fresh air, and that's something that I've experienced and I've seen when I transitioned as well on leading my team um, from the leadership style that I have, changing to life coaching, and really I've seen the changes. I've seen the significant impact on what how it was and what changed. And come last year, I just received a I just received it that I needed to do go full time in life coaching. I needed to do
Okay.
this because it was a calling, you know. It was a calling the everyday telling you, "Huy, good, go." And I made a decision to quit. I made the decision to quit a six-digit figure salary every month, having the luxury of having your own parking, an office space, and all the perks of a company. And coming from a space where I needed to transition from work. So another transition. I transitioned from me, from my marriage, from my family, and then work. So you know that's a lot of transitions there, and I'm forever thankful for Coach A for helping me in that transition. But I needed to transition there. But before that, I did even invest, and I sorry, coach, if I forgot, on being an apprentice, becoming a master coach of Coach A. So I invested a lot of money. I invested a lot of time on this life coaching profession.
Yeah.
When I go home, I go to Decaf Coffee Republic to attend the classes, you know, to support Coach A and all of those things. And I really felt what what my heart was looking for. You know, when there's a time where you just felt that you are in the right space, that you are there, you are intended to be there. You're just one of the Lego pieces that goes in there, and then it's a perfect fit. And for me, that was just a beautiful experience where you just enjoy it. I mean, you just have that blissful experience where everyone is enjoying their time, even if we're going home super late and we need to come into work early morning. But it's still so beautiful, and coming from a space where after that, I invested in um, I invested in another class where it's the coach a coaching community where I needed to invest my time and money again for me to be able to improve my entrepreneurial skills, because coming from corporate to entrepreneurial, there's no such
Yeah.
training there. You need to have the proper training for you to be the right entrepreneur. I invested on that. Then I invested on the business coaching that Coach A asked, because I needed to. I needed to have that. So, a lot of things happening here and there, left and right, and I need to make sure that I am organized and so on. But I can't be organized because things change. My mindset changes, it improves. This one changes, and so on and so forth. So a lot of things happening here and there. But today, it's just a deep realization how I appreciate all of the changes that's happened in my life. And sometimes people would think, you're crazy quitting that kind of lifestyle, right? But I ask myself, I really ask myself, do I really want to live in a space where I'm not able to freely move and do whatever I want? you know
Yeah.
you you, you really you really being intentional of doing what you want, like,
That's
no,
right.
I mean, no offense with the workplace, right? You're still gonna need to follow the rules there, right? You're being paid for you to follow and to deliver numbers. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing what you love, and no one is telling you what to do, you're your own boss, is it's a much beautiful journey, because you're empowered. You have the freedom to do whatever you like. You can create the lifestyle you want. You can work 5 days and no one would bother you. You can block all of your schedules. No one will bother you. And it's just a beautiful journey where you're able to transform who you are.
Yeah.
You're
Absolutely.
able you're able to transform your profession or your career.
That's right.
You're able to transform your relationship with your wife, or if you don't have a wife, maybe your
That's a big
parents.
win.
Yeah, big win, super super big win.
Super big win.
You're able to transition your relationship with your kids.
That's one. That's the second.
That's a second. And you're able to move forward with all of the pains that you have with your parents.
Awesome.
I mean, that's the most rewarding bit of all of the things that I sacrifice in my life. And it, coming into this Coach Connect, I really have some reservations a while ago if I still wanted to do it. But I realized that if I cannot speak in behalf of all of the people who's working there, who knows in their heart that they want something more, um, who's gonna do it? So I said, I told myself, the two people conversing in my head, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's move forward. Um, let's show people that it can be possible, and life can be much better, if we just focus on what's important to us. And it's always about the family, but it's always twofold. Your selfish why and your altruistic why. My selfish why is I want to be able to I want to be able to live my lifestyle, the lifestyle that I want. And my altruistic why is to be able to help other people, which is, for me, this profession is helping a lot, and that's um, filling in the gap in my heart where I was missing. And I'm forever thankful because of the fountain is flowing. It's overflowing. It's emitting all of the things that I have been looking for and searching for. And it's just a wonderful life. Is it perfect? No, it is. I mean, it's a journey. You always need to be put things in perspective. That's what I always help people at least see things in a different perspective. That has helped
Positive.
me a lot.
Yeah.
And if you see that in a different perspective, you would appreciate a lot of things. You wouldn't be in a position where you're gonna hate other people, hate your job, and so on, because there's a lot of things to appreciate. And if you can do that, you can be in that position. You're just gonna flow, and you're just gonna live life, and you're just gonna
Yeah.
enjoy life.
Coach Sean, do you
So yeah,
realize that you've been speaking for over 20 minutes and without cue cards, and you just been a good speaker? And if you're watching right now, this is by far one of the top highest viewing, okay, rate of Coach Connect. If you're watching, can you just show some love to Coach Sean? Show us and put in a comment there what are the key points that you're able to take away from the man sharing. And let me uh encapsulate this, Coach Sean, for you. Thank you so much for sharing. It's been 20 minutes or more, and you've done a great job. Okay. So this one is already a big win for you. So you wanted to be a speaker, you wanted to come out on the stage and motivate people, encourage people. I think you've done a great job tonight.
thank you.
It is just like I know you're flowing, and I love you for doing that. So number one, let me just give honor to the person who you've spoken about the John Maxwell certifications. No offense meant. We are both, you know, a follower and, you know, a fan of John Maxwell.
Yeah.
But you know, one thing that I'd like to, it's just unfortunate that we cannot take away that portions of his life of Coach Sean and without mentioning the John Maxwell certifications. Because what I wanted to honor with that person, if you are watching, okay, is that a lot of times when we give advice, okay, when we give our 2 cents word to people, is it's always what works for us. And remember, this person is a John Maxwell certified, and he could have said, "This works for me, so follow my footstep. Do this." And that's where a lot of people would do. That's where a lot of people will bring you because it works for them, right? So this person, Coach Sean, give honor. All right. So after tonight, give honor to this person because that person's really give you a nuggets. You're right. Okay, you're right. Give you really something you need to swallow.
Yeah.
All right, need to swallow, and you encapsulate your journey by saying the investments you made. Okay, and take a look at it. You are one person who've done everything, like
Mm.
perfect attendance. Okay, so
Yeah.
from certification, you become my coachee. You attended the apprentice. You are part of the Coach A coaching club, and you are now in the my business coaching. So basically, you've been there and you said it. Like I heard what you said. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And you said about all of the things that you have to invest, both time, money, all the adjustments, physical adjustments, and even quitting your job and being a full time coach. But you
Yeah.
said you got what you want.
Mm.
You love it. It's not
Yeah.
easy, but you got it. And for those of you who's watching and catching up, okay, we are talking about of mental health. Yes. Okay. So Coach Sean's daughter, we've talked about it. We've been sharing is clinically diagnosed of Hymika of depression, but she's okay right now. She's beautifully okay right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, that's one win, big win for us. Coach Teen is not diagnosed, but her have her episodes. Okay, and so Coach Sean. Okay, so all these episodes. Okay, and one of the biggest win that Coach Sean is sharing with us here is that you realize at a certain point in time that your corporate agenda, your corporate wins, and your corporate perks will have to put aside when it's time for you to rise up as a man of the
Yeah.
family. And that's what he said. That's exactly what he's trying to tell you. He did it. First and
Mm.
foremost for the family. It's not gonna be an easy decisions for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I would always say this. I'm an advocate of mental health, and I would always say this. Suicide have no face until it happens to your family. And I think that's one of the major reasons why I'm like looking forward for Coach Sean to say that in public. Definitely, this is not without support in agreement of the family members. So I'm sure Mika and Coach Steen are both watching right now. Hello, family members. We love you. And it took time. It took time for them to see and counter this and face this face to face. But right now, I encourage you, if you are one family who's really going through tough times, like going through the motions of having a family member with mental challenges, Coach Sean De Hoya and Coach T De Hoya is a couple coach, and they can really help you with that. But another angle that Coach Sean was trying to express to you and share with you is his journey of being a self leadership coach. It took time for us also And it took him for saying, yeah, that's going to be the role I want to lead. And Coach Shaun have a self-leadership coaching community right now. I invite all of you to please join in there. Okay, Coach Shaun Hilda is here. Say it's an eye-opener. Yes, and you did a great job. It's an inspirational one and a motivation one. And I believe towards the end of the show, the end of the night, you will be able to encourage them to take the bold step, whether you have to enroll in another class, whether you have to become, enroll in a life coach certification class. By the way, I just want to tell you that in a few hours time, our master coach, our CEO Lakandra Smile is going live to formally announce that the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs is now a bona fide institute for mental health. So,
Mhm.
and that's a global one. We got it in the US and we got approval in the States. And yeah, we've cleared it with psychiatry, psychologists, and our in-house retainers and consultants. And we are ready to announce that. So, we're just waiting that for the official, but I just want to announce it because of Coach Shaun. In honor of you, Coach Shaun, for doing that and bravely saying, yeah, thank you. Okay, so Coach Shaun is also a client, okay, my client in business coaching. And this business coaching is the first run of Master Coach A. So I'm a professional, I'm a professional life coach, but I'm also a business consultant for 2 decades before I become a professional certified life coach. And business coaching, business consultancy is really one of my A's. Okay, that's been I'm doing, and I believe that's where we are today. The reason why we have grown so fast and we've achieved where we are today is because of that expertise. And we want to say that whatever is your expertise, when you become a coach, you don't let it go,
Mm.
but coaching amplify what you are. And so
Yeah.
business coaching is now available, and this is a laser focused business coaching where I offer unlimited, yes, you heard it, unlimited business coaching for 1 year. And Coach Shaun, okay, is also my apprentice, is one of my clients right now. And tonight, okay, I'm gonna put him on the hot seat. Okay, so the way this unlimited business coaching works is this, okay? It's a recorded, okay? So now we don't have to record it because Coach Sean now, because this is live, so you just have to go back to these portions, okay? So we're not gonna have the live recording, but
Yeah.
normally we go on a Zoom, okay, and then we record it, and I send it to my client the recording, so they go back. It is an absolutely strictly 15-minute conversation, and you're gonna witness that right now. It's gonna be a 15-minute conversation. There's no practice. We will flow and we'll see how the conversations go. So this is gonna be an official business coaching with Coach Shaun. Why are we doing this? Why we're putting him on the hot seat? Because we just want to flex his muscles on vulnerability and showing up. That's what he said. Okay, he wanted to achieve that. If I can't do that, if there's no one standing up for this, then who else? So he wants to be true to being a self-leadership coach. So he's brave enough. Okay. So if you're in there, okay, just give some love, so just some comments and give some things that you have learned and captured from Coach Shaun. Okay. So we're gonna go right now. Okay. So you can look at your timer. It's gonna be a 15-minute coaching sessions with Coach Shaun. Okay, Coach Shaun, are you ready? It's 7:39 in my clock. I'm just waiting it to hit at 7:40. So we got 7:40. Ada will end up 7:55. That's good. That's cool.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. So this is official and no recording. But we're gonna go on your regular business coaching sessions with Coach A. All
Cool.
set, Coach Sean? Okay, so we're just gonna wait for the clock to hit. So that's just so you know, we're working on a 15-minute timeline here. And if you have questions, type in your questions below, just in case we're not gonna be able to respond to it because we're gonna be left with 5 minutes after the business coaching sessions. Then Coach Sean will get back to you and check on those comments, and he will respond to you. All right, Coach
Yep.
Sean, let's take it away. Okay, Coach Sean, this is your official business coaching sessions with Coach A. We're gonna take off from your field work. How's the field work?
Oh, field work. So one of the biggest challenges that I have with the field work is, as far as the numbers and my targets is concerned, because
Yep,
I needed to complete my goals for the next 90 days.
correct.
Um, so how many members do I need, and the email address and the revenue targets were easy.
Correct.
But
Okay.
where I hang a little bit is the target launch date and the world record board. Um,
Okay.
the target launch date is more of, can I do it? Can I do it on this date? Do I want to do it a little later, earlier? What does make sense? And I started doubting a little bit and having a fear. Can I really do it? And
Okay.
I think it took me a few days before I responded to you. I mean, as the
Yes.
first two sessions, I was fast, and
Yes.
afterwards I was like, okay, okay. Do I really want to commit? Do I need to delay it further? Maybe I need to relax a little bit. And I just told myself, there was a battle inside my mind, two voices fighting, and
Okay.
the other one just told it, just put a date. That's it, and we'll figure it out. Then I put in August 31st for that.
Okay. Okay.
But
August
the biggest,
31st.
yeah, August 31st.
Okay.
That is the target for the lunch event. The
What's going to
grandeur
be your
one.
launch event? What's going to be the launch? What are we launching on August 31, Coach Sean?
Ooh, I was thinking of launching a it's a segment
Okay.
that I will be launching on a weekly basis, where I
Okay.
wanted to have a coaching session about self leadership. That's how I
Okay.
see it.
So it's a live coaching sessions like this, like what you're
Yeah,
doing right now. So you're
like
gonna get
this.
people on floor with you online, and you will be doing a live coaching sessions. That's very brave of you to do it. That's
Mhm.
what you wanted to do.
Yeah, if that's something that obviously what the people would like, if you're
Okay, to
okay
do.
doing it. But I would love to do that. I know
Okay.
I know you're doing that, coach, and some of the famous coaches that I'm following also does that. I feel that
Yeah.
that's something that I can do, but
Yeah.
obviously I need a lot of work in me to
Yeah.
be in a position
Able
where
to
those
deliver that.
people, yeah, the people, I'm able to deliver, and the people are
Yeah.
comfortable talking to me, because they're gonna need to be vulnerable with a live audience, and I just want to make sure that I'm ready for that, and they're ready for that as well. So it's only a few
So what's the
weeks from now.
energy? Yeah. So what's the
Huh?
energy now you're getting? What's the energy you're emitting right now towards the business strategy, and how's the business going right now with this
Oh,
strategy?
yep. It's doing well. One of the biggest challenges I have is having a conversation with people, because usually people come to me. I don't
Yeah.
go to them
Yeah.
in a corporate perspective. So here it's a little bit challenging, but I like because of the coaching club. It helps me a lot on how I need to have a conversation with myself and the mindset that I need to change. What I'm doing right
Yes.
now is really having a conversation. I'm really having a conversation with myself, and and
Okay.
and talking about, okay, that I talk about the negative things which works for me. I'm not saying it will work for the others, but for me it works. Okay, what will happen if you don't do this? If this happens, what will you do? What are the plans, and so on and so forth?
Okay.
That man really works. So
Okay.
it keeps me focused.
Okay. Coach Sean, that's going to be August 31. And our target number of FB users would be the community members that you're targeting. I would assume, Coach Sean, that the segment launch would be exclusive for our self leadership coaching community, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, how many members do we look to serve? Okay. In the next 90 days, how many people are we looking at?
Ooh, I'm looking for 500 to meet in the next 90
500.
days. Yeah, it's a stretch
Okay.
target. I was
Where are
thinking of
you now?
300. Still
Where
off.
are you
I'm
now?
31.
31. All right.
Still
So,
off. Far
okay.
off.
And you have set your world records board. How's your world record board so far? Are you breaking records every single day? When was the last time you break your world record?
The world record, right now, there's no world record, unfortunately.
Okay.
The challenge that I gave myself is to have to sign up clients. When I sign up clients, and that's the time that I update the world record board. I thought
Okay.
about it. I thought it was a kind of big world record, but I told myself, hey, if you want to challenge yourself, then just do something very difficult and think if that's something that you can do. So that one is working, because when I answered your goal worksheet, this one helps
Yeah.
me. So this
Mhm.
keeps me targeted on what I need to do. I've used
Okay.
this. uh,
Okay.
to make sure that I have a target every month. So that helps me in the financials and as well on the world record board. So that's where I'm at right now. It's really my battle is really myself. Do I want to put it mediocre? Do I want to put it high? But this one for me is working.
All right. So good. So let me capture that, Coach Sean. There's a lot of data that you can put in your world record board, but what you wanted to be very strategically, what you wanted to put in your board is actually your clients. Okay, so I will leave that very confidential because this is now on a world. Okay, so the world will see this, so I want to keep that confidential. So you can just message me of that target clients and revenue.
Yeah.
We can capture that in a separate discussions. It's okay, but here's where I want you to dive into your next field work. Okay, what I was hearing is that what took you time to respond to your field work today, okay, that's why it took you time to schedule. And I suppose if you're not on the hot seat today, you're not gonna set another schedule with me because you're still thinking of this, right? So okay, what I was hearing, okay, I was hearing from you earlier is that the difficulty is coming from believing yourself.
Yeah.
And you are again asking a couple of questions. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. So here's what you're going to do for your next field work. Okay. I want you to come up with 10 wrong questions.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
10 wrong questions that you have been asking yourself. Okay. What do I mean by 10 wrong questions? Okay. So your as a picture of that is that your assignment, your field work is to create the target. That was the
Mm.
question.
Yeah.
However, you come up with the wrong question, and the wrong question was, kaya ko ba to?
Mm-mm.
Gusto ko ba to?
Mm-mm.
Okay, and the reason why it's wrong questions, it's because that's not what you want.
Mm.
That's not helping you. Now, if you are able to bring up now at least 10 wrong questions, then your mind knows that these questions are not supposed to be in the table.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So the question was, okay, the question was, what is my target launch date and what am I supposed to launch?
Mm-mm.
Okay. But your question was about your credibility, about your capacity, and about your expertise. It was a wrong questions because after you have said earlier on World Video and telecast, all of the things that you have invested, I'm sure you and I would agree that you can make it.
Yeah.
Okay, am I correct, Coach Sean? Unfortunately, over and over, you are into this habit of asking the wrong questions.
Yeah.
So
True. True.
before the wrong questions triggers and the wrong questions paralyze and cripples you, like exactly what happened to you in this field work, then let's set it up. Let's bring the elephant out of the room.
Yeah. Yeah. I need that.
Right? Right? Okay. So that's gonna be your field work. Next, okay. I want you to really be detailed on your world's record board. Okay. Because when you say that I will only put in there when I sealed a client, you will be working on a strategy that there's nothing working. Like exactly what you told me tonight, nothing
Yeah.
in there. How could you
Mm-mm.
say there's nothing in there when you have talked to people, when you have connected, when you have invested? Again, we are not working and we are not building a business on something that's not working. What is
Yeah.
working is your connecting.
Yeah.
What is
Mm-mm.
working is your investing time. What's
Yeah.
working is you're doing your effort. Am I correct?
Yes, I am. I am.
So it's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. It is. It
So
is.
do you see where is that?
Yeah. I think I'm coming from a perspective where I wanted to challenge myself on the actions that I'm doing. So I
Yeah,
figured that that one would push me, but come to think of it, I think I rather than helping me, it's not helping me because I'm gonna be in a position where sometimes I won't close it. Rather than
absolutely.
taking a look at it on a long term perspective, where I come on a position where creating relationship now and in the future, I would see the result. So that one at least gives me a different perspective on how to see it, rather
Yeah.
than focusing on the conversion, I'll focus more on the connection, which
Yeah,
makes sense.
because the connections is actually a conversion in a certain time.
Yeah.
Because we're not selling here a product that is few pesos, or
Mm.
we're not selling here a product that everybody can see, right?
Yeah.
So we are selling an invincible and invisible product, where a
Yeah.
lot of discussions and a lot of relationship building is coming to form
Yeah.
before
True.
the final sales come in. So when you make the conversation, it's actually forming the sales transactions, and depending on the client's readiness and availability to say yes and continue,
Mm.
that's the time you get collecting. You start
Yeah.
collecting the money, you start collecting your sales, but it doesn't mean you don't have a sales.
Yeah.
Because if I am discussing with you today, like you right now doing on televisions, on show, on media, and I'm watching you right now, and you are the person that connects with what I'm going through right now, definitely I'll see you.
Mm.
So it's not something that you have not done anything.
Yeah. True. 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 True.
True. So
I'm doing
okay.
something.
Okay, good. So, okay, let's do a recap. We're down to 4 minutes. Okay, we're now on 11 minutes, Coach Sean. So
Yeah.
we've seen your activity, field work. We need to recalibrate your final figures for that. You have to
Yeah.
send that to me when you're ready. You have to calibrate your world's record board, which is representing your vision board for the next 90 days,
Yeah.
right? And we have to set up, you have to pull up right now the 10 wrong questions that you have been asking yourself. That's why you're not able to move forward.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Okay. So you've got 3 minutes to ask a question, Coach Sean.
Um, specific for the wrong questions.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. I'll just write it down. I already have the answer, so I'll just
Yeah.
write it
I
down.
I suppose you'll tell me. I suppose you'll tell me that, Coach. I got it. Yeah.
Mm-mm,
It's
mm-mm.
all the it's and if you ask me, Coach, can I have more? Yes, Coach Sean, you'll have more. But I will not allow you to have less than 10 because I know you have more.
Yeah, yeah. That was the question. Is can I have more? So
Yeah, you can
I
have
got
more.
that. Mm-mm.
Yeah. You can have
And
more, and you can write a love letter again, Coach Sean, for that.
yeah, I need to.
Yeah. You have to go back to your love letter and write it again. And so the wrong questions are put in there. The elephant is out in the room, and we know, and you know that these questions are not to be
Yeah,
asked anymore, simply because it's not what's gonna help you.
yeah. True, 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 true. All right. Um,
All right.
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. That's
Sleeping.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Coach Sean, so
Thank
you've
you.
got 2 minutes. So I think what we're gonna do now is to post. Will you post a picture for the camera? Okay, we'll post for the picture. Okay, give me your big, big smile, Coach. We're good. All right. So again, there's no recording coming up your way because this is now live. So you can go back to this segment, and but I can give you the time slot, the time stamp, so you know exactly where to get in. And then I'm gonna send you the picture. And Coach Sean, it was a 14 minutes. How was it?
Good. Thank you. Thank you. This one helps me to progress in the next step. I think that one was really my roadblock where I was trying to question my capability. And
Okay.
at least this one answered me before, and we had a coaching, so there's no more excuse.
We're gonna be launching on August 31. I think people will be really looking forward for that. Okay, Coach Sean. We're down to 6 minutes before we close the show. Okay. If I am watching right now and I am one person who wants to lead myself to the transformation that I want, why would I work with you?
Whew. I think the biggest thing that I've achieved in my life is a lot of the transitions that happened, and I'm at a loss on what to do with it.
Yeah.
It was in a position where I just needed to make it work. I needed to do a lot of things. I needed to sacrifice a lot of things, a lot of um, a lot of things that I've enjoyed without being that much experiencing that much discomfort, and those experiences with transition from being in the workplace, from my
Yeah.
relationship with my wife, my relationship with my kids. Before I didn't have a good relationship with my kids, so I needed to do something about that. My relationship with my parents, that I need to work. I mean, there's a lot of left and right transitions. Even the relationship in the workplace, I needed to do something about it, and it's a pain. Um,
Yeah.
I've underwent it, but why do you
Yeah.
have to go through it? I mean, if you have someone who can support you already, that um, have experienced that, and you can
Yeah.
get, you don't have to experience it, because the coaching session would help you, guide you towards whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
um, I think that's a worthwhile investment. I mean, I've
Okay.
wasted a lot of time and relationships, and if I could go back, probably would have investment. I would have invested too with a coach to help me transition. But here, I've invested with Coach A on helping me. I've invested with a lot of trainings for me to be able to move forward. I even investment on a relationship coaching
Yeah, we
relation.
have that also.
So that has worked a lot, and for you to undergo it, I think alam mo yun, wag na. I'm here. I've experienced that. There's no need for you to experience it. If you want a journey and you just want to move forward and create the lifestyle that you want, create the relationship that you want, then
Then
I'm
go.
here. I'm here to support you. I'm here to be with you. I'm here to be able to put you in the next level, because that's
Okay.
what we want anyway. To be in that level where we're enjoying our life and when we're enjoying our relationship. So
Okay.
that's it.
That's good. Coach Sean, let's go one bold questions for the finale. Who do you want to work with? Name three people. If they're watching, tell me and talk to them. I want to work with you and tell them why.
Oh, MG. Okay. Hardball ako. Um, I want to work with Coach Nilo. I want to work
Okay.
with him. And why I'm able to connect with him. I'm able to connect with him on a corporate
Okay.
perspective in the
Coach Nilo,
workplace.
them.
Yeah. The
Next.
other one, I want to work with Coach Mark. I want to work with you, Coach Mark.
Coach Mark Sebastian.
Yeah, I want to work with
Okay.
him.
From the
Eh,
corporate world, who do you want to work with?
Ooh, I want to work
Yeah.
with I want to work with the COO of Teleperformance, Mike Lytle.
All right. So you want to work with a coach that's inside our tribe, Coach Nilo. You want to work with a coach that's just joining our tribe, okay, Coach Mark. And you want to work with the COO of Teleperformance from the corporate world. So three big names that you want to work with. And they're watching. They might be watching. And Coach Shaun wants to work with you. You've heard the man. Okay, and I want you to put down all your presumptions and assumptions, and I want you to see the heart. Okay, life coaching is not about advice giving. It's not about the man being greater or more superior than who you are, but it's about the man being able to process, to facilitate a process for you to get to where you want to be, what you want to achieve in life without judgment. Okay, it's a process that you will be going through with someone been there, done that.
Mm,
Is it necessary? Absolutely not. But it could be a best option for you if you work with someone, you hire someone who's been there, done that. And is a living testimony who made an investment not only for his certification, but for his continuous education, for his continuous learning, for his continuous experience. And tonight, you've seen him bear exactly from the man who want to speak, his poke with you, talk to you about the whole thing, his life, to a man who values the family more than anything else, to the man right now who's fighting for the professions and still wanting to advance the profession, even it's time, and people would say it's crisis time. But you've
yeah.
seen him face to face, and I look forward you hiring Coach Shaun Hoya, the man from Pasig City. Thank you so much, Coach Shaun. It's been a beautiful Monday evening. Thank you for coming here. To all of you watching, to all of you giving the comments, showing some love to Coach Shaun. Maraming pong salamat. Mabuhay po kayo. And look forward to you again seeing and meeting me, joining me once again for another Coach Connect Who of the Hour episode next Monday. And next Monday is going to be Coach Cherry Minas. Good night, everyone. Have a happy week ahead of you. This is just the beginning of the week. Labam boom. I'll see you again next